Morning of day 2. It's only 0 degrees. The sky is blue but clouding in, and it's forecast for possible rain. My campsite's tucked inside there. It's quite windy. Be nice if it stayed this temperature, but it's not. It's going to go up to possibly +9 of all things. Terrible, terrible. Well, time for breakfast. Jack pine. The snow's set up pretty good, so the block isn't sinking down the snow, but a very quick stroke will stop it from post-holing in and stop softer snow. There's no knots in it, it's pretty easy. I can choke right up. There we go. I'm just out foraging for some black spruce twigs for my morning startup kindling, and came across a couple interesting nature notes here that I thought I'd point out. First, this one. This is beaver gnawing, of course, but it's unusual in that it's a jack pine tree, and there's almost no food value in this for beavers, but when they're starving, they will cut jack pine, and I've seen it on many boreal lakes where it's hard to see because of the lighting here, but there's virtually no hardwoods or beaver food on the shore of this lake. This is a fire origin stand here, jack pine and black spruce, but a lot of poplar and birch would have come up, but the beaver would have cut it over the past 100 years. This is about a 100-year-old stand. I'll just show you the tops of the trees. It's a little hard to see, but they're flat topping, these jack pines, so that's a sign that they're not really growing up anymore and their crowns are bending over and growing out. So that's a sign of they're about 100, 110, maybe 120. So the beaver, they forage, according to the literature, they're comfortable up to about 50 meters in. And they don't like to forage too much beyond that because they're really susceptible to being preyed on by wolves. Possibly bear too, but wolves also specialize on beaver in the summer if they can get them. So the beaver like to be pretty close to their escape habitat, which is water. And when they haven't got any more poplar or birch to feed on, or willow shrubs, a lot of the shrubs that you see here are alder, and they're not very palatable at all. So they'll take jack pine when they're really struggling. The other nature note here is this is a dead snag here, old jack pine snag, long since dead. Sorry for the lighting here, it's just really bad. Lots of flakes, recent woodpecker activity, but none of the telltale sort of square holes that the pileated make. So I suspect this is a black-backed woodpecker or northern three-toed woodpecker, and they're flakers. They jab their bill in and then reef it out to make flakes. They will drill little holes as well, and it just looks on the bark here that it was a blackback doing this. If you watch them feed, you can see them jab their bill in and then crank it, jab it in and crank it to look just under the flakes. Here we go, classic pileated woodpecker activity. They'll feed at all heights of the tree, but typical of these big old jack pine, this one's still alive, but it's rotten at the base and probably has ant galleries in it. That pileated's been working on that very recently. You can see the chips down there. Another little nature note. This is very close to where I just showed you the partly chewed through jack pine. This is a live jack pine, and I've observed this on many northern boreal lakes as well. Again, in areas where the food supply is really depleted, and they're going to jack pine. There was no attempt to chew this down. Rather, the beaver has scraped the bark off and caused it to really ooze pitch or sap. And I've seen this many times in the north. It's not porcupine. Porcupine will do this anywhere. This is really close to the shore, close to other beaver chew activity. It is a beaver doing this. And they might be getting some essential nutrient that they're lacking just by scraping the cambium or getting some substance from the sap that drips. And again, that's full of nice fire starter, and I forgot to bring a little gathering container with me. Here we go. Fresh takedown last summer or fall of a very big jack pine. This is a classic good takedown by beaver because there's a lot of branches down in the water. Go out in the ice here. Whoa, the snow's deep. And they like to strip the branches in the water because it gives them more security. They spend as little time on land as possible because of predation risk from wolves. So I can't see any fresh stripped twigs there under the snow and under the ice, but the beaver would be able to clip and strip the twigs because that's what he really wants. He or she, that's what it wants, to strip and eat the inner bark of, not the bark on the main trunk. He wants the cambium on the twigs. There's another one. They're all along this shore. Hungry beaver. Jack pine must taste terrible.